And we'll introduce it. We'll bring Jared in. All right, we live now. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky. What's going on, Coach Bew?
What's going on? Have no fear. Big Things Kentucky is here. I'm Coach Bew. My man, Coach TB on assignment. Coach Truck, what's good, sir?
Man, we are rolling in the baseball season. Everything's going good. You got an echo? You hear echo, Coach?
I don't know. Am I echoing?
That might be me. Hold on. Let me just get a couple things right real quick here.
Now I hear it.
Okay.
Oh, you good now, I think.
All right. How's that?
Yeah, it sounds all right.
Okay. Hold on. Let's bring in my man.
Hold on. Well, we bring Jared Peck on. Let me say this. Coach, tonight's a big night. Other than the Big Things live show, which is one of the greatest things on earth. Because we got the battle of all battles in verses. We got B8MJG versus UGK. Coach, what you thought
about? Man, the only thing about the verses is I prefer, I feel like you can't have the two South teams going. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's going to be epic, though.
But this is two epic groups, though. I don't really think it's two Eastern or somewhere else. Maybe they could have went out west. But I think, who you got, though?
You know I ride with. Who's my boys? You know I ride with.
MJG.
You know it. You dig all right. You know I love UGK too, Coach. I love them too.
Well, that's a tough one, man. I think UGK got a little more, though.
They got more mainstream hits, I think. Me and Just Talk, so I think they got more mainstream hits. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We can get off the part there. I'm sorry.
All right, man. Well, before we get everything going, we're going to bring on our man, the man with the plan, Mr. Jared Peck. Jared, what's going on with you?
How you doing, guys?
What do you have that on the
Jared, do you hear me?
I do hear an echo.
Yeah, I hear it now, too. Let me see if and Jared says when he wears when Jared wears the Kango, it's LL Cool Jared. That's who he is. My notorious Jared. The notorious P-E-C-K, Peck.
Let me see. Okay.
I might be gone. No, it's still there.
I don't know why. Because I think it's. Let me see.
The echo went away. Oh, no, it didn't. There it is.
Now we all got it now.
Now we can't hear a truck. That might be the way to go.
I can't hear you at all.
Nah, he's gone.
Yeah. Well, Jared, man, while he's getting done there, how you been doing there, sir?
I've been doing good. I've been working my butt off. I had a triple header on Friday.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah. And then I did 2 games last night. And we might get through this. I only got 2 weeks left, and then it's vacation time, baby.
Vacation time. Now, your daughter, she graduates this year?
She does. She graduates tomorrow night with Lafayette.
All right. Well, congratulations, you and the missus. Then where's her plans after high school?
She's going to Michigan State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's party.
They have a hospitality management program up there, and that's what she wants to go to. So she's moving as far away from me as possible, I think.
Now, is she gonna play soccer, or she's just gonna be a student, or?
Nah, she's a student. She was a pretty good high school player, but that was about it for her.
Yeah, well, that's all right there. That's good stuff then. Well, congratulations to her and you all as well. So you spoke about baseball. Of course, Master Central, we're gonna have their assistant coach on, Coach Withers, and talk to him about the success Master Central's had. Were you surprised by how well they played this year and how good they actually were?
Now it took a while to get going. I mean, I don't remember how far they were up in the rankings, but they climbed in the rankings. So they ended up being number 13 in the coaches poll towards the end. But they're really good team. That team hits a ton. One of their guys is hitting 500 for the year.
Yeah, I
And
seen
then,
that.
just that whole as a team, they rank on offense kind of in the top 20, top 25, and a lot of categories: average, hits, RBI. They got a bunch of kids in the leaders. Hayden Robbins plays shortstop. He was awesome last night. Made a couple of big plays, and then their pitcher who came on in the fourth. He had a big RBI, two-run RBI double to tie it, and then there was a double behind him to score. Put him ahead with the go-ahead run. That's all they needed.
Okay. Man, I noticed that. Now, I don't know. I don't think. I'm sorry, Paz. I don't think baseball is like basketball, where the two teams who finish in the district go, or two teams of the region go. Is that correct? Just one team who wins the region go.
It's the same structure. The two teams out of the district go.
Okay,
and then one region team goes, but
gotcha,
it's the same structure.
Okay, gotcha.
But baseball is different in that, it really depends on your pitching staff and whether you get hot or not. So it's a tournament like we just finished, where it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, really taxes the staff because you can't throw kids. They have a pitch limit on your pitchers, and so if you go over 39 pitches, I think, you have to rest a kid. You have to rest your pitcher. And so if you get a pitcher that kind of gets dinged up, it can really throw your staff out of whack. And, it's an endurance contest as much as anything else. It's how good are you, how deep are you, and how well can you manage your pitching staff. Because, sometimes you go in by committee and you throw 4 guys, 39 pitches, just to try to keep them alive for the next day. And sometimes that works out for you, and sometimes one of those kids gets rocked.
Almost shot, Jared. I'm sorry, Andre. It's not up on the iPad, is it? It's not up on the iPad, is it?
We still.
I
lost the echo for a second.
Yeah. All right. I'm still getting that echo, man. I don't know what it is. I think it's coming from Coach Bue's source, because when I mute Coach Bue, it sounds good. That sounds better, don't it?
Oh,
Well, let me go. Yeah,
Coach
Bue's the problem now.
Coach Bue is something. You got like 2 sources playing or something?
Nah, man, you doing it to me. How's that sound now?
Yeah, there we go. I think.
Still there.
Wait till my wife come. I'll get on the iPad here in a minute here.
All right.
Now you muted all together. Where you at?
I'm just trying to see where it's coming from. We have some technical difficulties, y'all. Bear with us.
Shut you down. See what happens.
Yeah, I could.
Okay, so now I'm talking now. Everything sounds good, don't it?
Now it's just you and me.
And there's no echo. Coach Bue was the culprit, huh? That's what it was. But man, like you say, you've been busy, man. You were talking about, the pitching and everything. Just, as far as baseball, Madison Central is the first time they've been since when?
2018.
2018.
Yep.
Last year they got to the finals and lost to Lafayette.
That's correct.
And what about Sayre, man? Just real quick, Sayre, that's their first time there. What a season for Sayre. What can we attribute to them?
Well, they've got a really good young core group. They're got 2 good starting pitchers. Raymond Sotman is committed to UK. He committed to UK earlier this year. He's a big deal. And then Addy Stockman is pretty good. He's going to go play somewhere in college as well. Those 2 guys, and Coach Kevin Clary has got a core group of kids. They only had 1 senior on the team, and all their starters are back next year. This core group of players has won the 42nd district title in back-to-back years, and there'll be a favor to do it again next year, even with Frederick Douglass out there. That is a phenomenal team, and they were in it. They went up on Madison Central last night 2-0. And Madison Central kind of got on a doubles run where Madison Central is just a lot to deal with the way they can hit the ball. Addy Stockman is a good pitcher. But sometimes good hitting takes you out of that. And they were hitting gappers last night on him, and I think they were a little frustrated with the strike zone for a little while. Sarah was, but expect Sarah to be right back in contention. I expect them to be right back in the regional next year because they bring in everybody back. And Sotman throws around 90. He gets that thing up there. Stockham's got a great curveball that he uses quite a bit. I mean, Kevin Clary can coach baseball. There's no doubt about that. He's been around for a long time.
I was going to say, he's been doing this for a minute.
He's got a group of kids, a core group of kids that are just exceptional.
Yeah, now to follow up on that, the Massachusetts is a young team as well. And they've turned a lot back. To my understanding, they only have 5 seniors, so they got a pretty good young group as well. How far do you think they could go in this?
I think they've got a good shot. If they throw the ball, he managed to staff well in the 11th region tournament, and that's the hardest thing to do in the region tournaments because it is, the 11th region does it back to back to back. And that is really like I said, pitching is everything in postseason baseball. Everybody's got one guy that can go and can shut you down on any given day. When you have 2 or 3 guys, you're a contender. And I think that maybe Madison Central has those guys, and they can absolutely hit the ball. The offense they generated this season was phenomenal, and that's why you saw it last night. They got behind, and they weren't sweating it. It's like, we know we can hit. We know we can come back. It's whether our pitching can hold the other team down for 7 innings. That's the question for us. And they managed to do that pretty well, and they can field it as well. I mean, they've got everything. I don't mind the draw they have. I think they'll go up against the 4th region first this year. 9th region might be trouble for them in the second round. I think the 9th region is in their bracket. But it's going to be a good tournament. There's a lot, I said this last year. Kentucky's a baseball state. We got kids on teams going to play college ball everywhere in this state. And as much as people talk about this being a basketball state, this is a hotbed for Kentucky baseball, high school baseball. It's a quality. I mean, if you're not going out to see these kids play, you're missing something.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now the weather held out. You was able to get to the finals last night. I know you were kind of like, man. So it kind of gave you a little breather to this, today. If you want to say you got a breather, man, what's your schedule gonna be like coming up? I know we got the track states coming up, baseball states, softballs in their districts and regionals and all that coming up. How you doing all this, man?
What did Clubber Lang say about how he expected the fight to go? Pain. That's what Clubber Lang said. That's my week. I'm getting some help next week. I'm going to have Josh. I'm going to have maybe Ben Roberts, maybe some freelance help, and we got Cam Drummond. So I got a lot of help. But next week I have the 11th region softball tournament Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm doing all of that. I'll do the best game I can find on Monday. I'll do both semifinals Tuesday. I'll do the 11th region finals on Wednesday. And then we go straight into state baseball. I'll probably pick up a state baseball game on Thursday, and I'll have some help there with our coverage there. State softball goes Thursday. The first round of state softball goes on Friday at UK. And the baseball and softball are all at UK. So it'll be a UK softball field, UK baseball field. Also next week we have state tennis. I think Josh is helping me with that. He's going to do the state tennis tournament next week. And then we also have state track, 1A, 2A, and 3A going off at UK on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Cam Drummond's going to help us with that. But it's a lot. And but there's only 2 more weeks left. So hopefully I'll survive it and be able to go on vacation.
All right. Well, now coming to the show, we're going to bring on Madison Central's assistant coach, Coach David Withers. Madison Central, like we said, just won the 11th region, and they're headed to the state. Welcome to the show, Coach Withers. How you doing?
Gentlemen, thank you for having me tonight. It's good to be with you, especially after our celebration that we got to partake in.
Well, thanks for joining us, Coach. We appreciate it. Now, this is a deep Madison Central team, 28-7 overall, 10-4-1 in your region, and 3-0 in the district. First of all, I gotta say, like Jared said earlier, your offense has been one of your biggest things as well as your pitching. Currently, right now, you got quite a few hitters betting over 400. You got Hayden Robbins, 42 runs, batted in, 48 hits, betting 480. Bradley Pointer, 44 hits, 50 RBIs, betting 427. Then you got Keith Stewart, 5 home runs, betting 353. I mean, it's just, I could go on and on, Coach.
Yeah, it's you know, and I'm a baseball junkie, and growing up, I would look at the back of baseball cards, and I could tell you anybody's stats from the 1980s, 1990s, and you know what you just gave me. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I did not know those numbers. We keep what's called a quality at bat chart, and you know it's hard hit balls, 7-pitch at bats. You know, there's things that we look for, and I truly. I don't get a chance to look at those stats, so that's pretty daggone impressive what those boys have been able to accomplish, and you know they're competitive, and man, competition brings out the best in people, and so I know Bradley about 2 weeks ago was talking about, I think I've got so many RBIs, and I may make mention to him tomorrow that Hayden's breathing down his neck. Because if that's going to get some more RBIs, I'll be glad to. I'll throw a little incentive in there, whatever I can to get them to push a little bit harder.
Yes, sir.
Now, Coach, last year you guys came up short, and then this year, was that more as incentive? And what got you guys over the hump?
Yes, definitely an incentive. Last year's team was a special group. We had 12 seniors. I think 6 of them are playing college baseball at this moment. Very hard-nosed group. It just, as Jared can attest to, it's the draw in the 11th region. When you get the right one or the wrong one, if pitching can match up, it can take you an awful long way. And last year we faced LCA in the first round. And then we had Douglas in the second round. And then there's Lafayette waiting for us in the championship game. And when those guys left, I kind of looked at what we had coming back, and I said, there's a lot of hoes. And Matt Johns, I got to call him out. I think it was about 2 days after we were defeated. I said, it's on your shoulders. How far can you take us? How far can you lead us? And we've had a lot of buy-in from the juniors and especially the sophomores, like you mentioned, Keith Stewart, that they've had to step in, and they've done a phenomenal job. So the hard work, knowing how close they were last year, I think that's what really pushed this team over the top.
When you speak of pitching as well, they said Matt Johns 6-0, got 1 save, got an earned run average of 1.03. And then this young man, John Gerard, if I say it correct, 72.76 earned run average. That's pretty impressive.
It's extremely impressive because we've got the three normal starters we run out there. You feel good about. Matt, he actually was our number 3 last year. And speaking of the game against Lafayette, he got the start, and he didn't go as far as he wanted to, but the funny thing is he was not the number 3 till midway through the year. Coach Roof said, we got to find a third pitcher. And here's our third baseman. He gives him the ball, and the kid just competes. He has that, I'm going to beat you. I may not have better stuff than you, but you're not going to beat me on my best day. And I would take, a team full of kids like that. And I think most coaches would as well. And then John has really, since last year, grown leaps and bounds. And again, it's the hard work he put in through the winter. We would be wrapping up, ready to go home, and he's over there. He's a left-handed pitcher, so I'm not going to call any lefties out, but they're quirky. And he's doing these unique drills to himself, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and I'm going, man, I hope this pays off, because he sure is spending a lot of time in that corner. Well, it has. It has paid off.
Now,
Coach,
okay, go ahead, Jared. Go ahead.
Coach, looking at your offensive stats, I mean, those are video game stats that your kids are putting up. And sometimes when you see video game stats on a high school team, you wonder if that's real. But you guys have played a ton of tough competition this year. I mean, what do you owe to to this amazing offensive performance you guys are putting up?
Well, again, thank you for the compliment, because I think I'm going to get on our game changer and really study this when we're done.
Will you let me on your game changer? Because I'm sure you've got a team out of New York or something is what you're named as.
Yeah, I believe I can help you out on that,
Jared. They hide their stats. Like other teams, you can see their stats online on the program, but not Madison Central. You're not going to find Madison Central.
That's the secret weapon, huh?
No.
That's it.
That's Coach Rufus. Coach Rufus is on his game, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You got it. Hey, that's that
Coach
gamesmanship.
Rufus, he couldn't make it tonight because he's already scouting Bowling Green, getting ready for this tournament. Coach Rufus was like, I got to go scout, but you can talk to my assistant coach. Man, how's it been working with Coach Rufus, man?
Well, listen, first of all, we've been together 22 years. I know it sounds like a marriage. And listen, my wife and I, through dating and marriage, have been together 23. So, I mean, it's that close. We can finish each other's sentences. He knows what makes me tick. I definitely know what makes him, go. We're I guess you would say a yin and yang to each other, because we complement each other very well. And that's not to say our first few years we didn't butt heads, but we both have a love, number one, for baseball. Central is my alma mater. So fortunate enough to play for Coach Richardson back in the 90s. But we really do. He's put his heart and soul into this program. And I'm telling you, if there's a coach out there in the state that works harder than this guy, it would be a very, very short list, for the simple fact that he puts the time in. He's not going to ask the boys to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. And, he pushes them. Everything is a competition. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about with the video game stats. We've got an offensive philosophy, and he's given me full reins on, our approach at the plate, what we're trying to do. And I implement it. The boys have bought in over the last, I'm going to say 5 years. 2018 is when we kind of really made the turn of what we're trying to do, in retrospect to how teams are going to pitch us, and what our approach is up there. But he said, run with it. And, and the funny thing is, last night he comes up to me after the first inning, and it's no secret how most teams are going to pitch you. They're going to throw away, because high school kids, they want that front shoulder to fly out and hit a nice pull home run. He said, they're throwing us in. So I pulled the group up after the first inning. I said, all right, we're making an adjustment. They're going to bust us in. You've got quick enough hands. Here's what we're going to do. And fortunately, 4 runs later, I'm sitting here talking to you as a 11th region champion.
All right, Coach. We got Coach U coming up next. So we just wanted to, get with this. What's it going to take for you guys to come out of this state championship?
Again, I don't think that we need to go into this game, because this is our third one that, we're here, the bright lights. Now, I know for some of these kids, it's the first time, but as coaches, it's our job to let them know this is just another game. Yeah, it's a bigger stadium, but guess what? It's same distance in between the bases. Might be a few more people sitting up there, but that's not a big deal. You control what you can control. And we tell them that all the time, that, you control your response. And I have yet to see this team really get rattled this year. And that's saying a lot for a bunch of high school kids, because, if their girlfriend is up in the stands talking to the wrong guy, we know that can be a grounds for a slump coming up. But those kids, I'm telling you, they're resilient, and they have just bought into everything that we have told them. If you do, you can be successful. And up to this point, they've done everything we've asked of them. So I think that go over there. If we play Madison Central, our type of baseball, if we impose our will on them, I think we're going to be successful.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck, man. Thanks for coming on. Anybody got any last words for Coach before we let him go?
Nope.
Coach.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Gentlemen, thank you for having it on, and keep plugging out there. We appreciate what you all do.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Take care.
All right, coming up next, we got Coach Urbanaya. I know I messed his name up. from Bryan Station, who just finished runner-up and will be going to the regional championship first time in a while. Coach, what's going on, Coach?
How you guys doing today? Good.
All right.
How's it going, Coach?
Good. How are you, brother?
All right. Coach Truck, you all right, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm
Okay.
just going to let y'all do y'all thing. You know,
Right.
Coach, man, like I said, first time Station has been in the championship game in a district since, 2017, if I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Coach, man, how you get this group to turn around? Tell us about this group of girls.
Well, we've been working hard for the years. We had a great team last year. We just couldn't put it together at the end when we faced Douglas. I had a senior mouse as pitcher. I mean, she was doing really good. She was tough. Then we were winning, I remember, up in the 5th inning, 4-1, and then the umpire comes, calls time, and said that she's not dragging her toe. So that got into her head, and I told her, are you going to wait until the 5th inning to complain about her toe when she could have done it on the 1st inning? So that got into her head, and then Douglas went up and tied the game, and they beat us. But I think that was part of the mind game, and it kind of like she wasn't strong enough at that point. But this year we got an 8th grader. Her name is Carson Rockman, and she's been amazing. I mean, even though she's just a young girl, she throws hard, she's tough, and she's carrying us a lot. Also, we have good offense. We got 5 juniors that are putting the bat on the ball. I mean, we hit pretty good against Douglas on that district game, but then my bats didn't show up to it last night, but it's okay.
Well, you used it all up the night before. That's what happened.
I thought about that. So then I guess we didn't know the day before because the girl from County, she threw a no-hitter.
She's pretty good.
I tip my hat to her. Great game.
The coach, man, you speak about this team and how young you are. You only have 2 seniors. Two of your top hitters are freshmen. Morgan Williams, 40. She's got 5 home runs. She's looking pretty good. You got Tiana Brown, who's betting 375 with 5 home runs. She's a freshman. Brooke Weathers, freshman as well. She's got 5 home runs, betting 433. Then you got your junior. That's impressive junior class you got there, led by Trinity Campbell with 1 home run, betting 375. This is a great group of young ladies hitting the ball very well. What do you equate that to?
I mean, we do a lot of hitting. They built us a field house about 2 or 3 years ago, and I mean, when it's raining, when it's cold, that's all we can do. We do a lot of hitting, a lot of stations, and I tell my girls, like, in order to win, we got to score runs. So just want you to go to the home plate. Don't be waiting for strike 1, strike 2. Just go ahead and swing the bat. If you miss it, you miss it. You just got to be confident enough to know that you can hit the ball. You start swinging the bat, good things are going to happen. And I mean, they're buying into it. They're putting the bat on the ball.
Man, Coach, man, I mean, it's been crazy good. What sparked this turnaround? Was it just that you had got this really good group of girls, like this junior class? Kind of is what's been you've been leaning on, Coach?
Well, Scott County has always been tough. They won state a few years back before they split. And since I made it to region in 2017 when we beat Henry Clay, I told my girls back then, like, we only need to win 1 game. I don't care if we lose the whole season. We only need to win 1 game to make it to the next part, to make it to the region. And that happened with Henry Clay. So after that, every time we start conditioning, I tell them we only need to win 1 game. Okay, we need that second or number 2 or number 3 seed, and we need to win that game. Now this year was different because I honestly believe we can win the whole thing. I saw myself as a champion, and I thought I had it. I think I've had it on the tip of my hands, but I mean, I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen. If it didn't happen this year, I think it's going to happen next year. I mean, Carson is going to be stronger, more mature, and my 5 juniors are going to be 5 seniors. So if those girls buy into it and they come to conditioning and ready to go from the get-go, I'm telling you, we're gonna turn some heads around.
Now, Coach, how much does it depend on a hot pitcher and hot bats? I mean, you ran into Ada Little last night, and it was her night. But, I mean, Frederick Douglass beat Scott County 1-0 like a week ago. And you beat Douglas 10-4 the night before. I mean, you look at that, you got to feel like you're right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and the funny thing is that Douglas beat Scott County and still Ada Little threw a no-hit and lost.
That's right.
She threw a no-hitter and lost that game 1-0. So,
It's because softball's not fair.
I know. I mean, my girls were. I know I'm right there, and I think like a few little mistakes, that a few bad pitches, like I call an outside pitch high, and maybe she left it down the pipe, and that's what caused the home run. A few little things that if we clean up, I'm telling you, she's gonna be real tough to beat. And she's throwing already 61, 62 miles per hour. She's just gonna get stronger and stronger. I hope she'll be by mid-60s next year. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun.
So what's it going to take for you guys to make this run in this regional tournament? The 11th region is always tough. Lafayette's been a dog. How you going to get with this one, Coach?
Well, just going to bring our A game again, and hopefully Carson will be on point, and she'll be hitting her spots. And then, like I tell my girls, just get up there and swing the bat. Good things are going to happen. Just have fun. Go ahead and go out there and compete. Nobody expects us to win, so let's just show them up.
All right, Coach. Y'all got anything else for Coach before we let him go?
That's right, Coach. Represent the North Side, baby. Yes, sir. Let's go. Defend the kingdom.
Coach, I do want to ask you about what's it like for you to lean on a young pitcher? I mean, you're not the only one that latches on to a 7th grader or 8th grader, and because it's softball, they can throw all day. Their arms don't fall off. They can throw 150, 160 pitches where, the boys they're throwing 70 and they're done and wasted for 2 days. I mean, what is it about the younger pitchers that they seem to excel? Because we've got a freshman at Lexington Catholic, sophomore, 8th graders, people starting for teams in tournament action as 8th graders.
Well, they do all these private lessons and all this stuff. I mean, it comes from home. Like, starts with the parents and how they guide their kids, and also follows the kids, how much the kids loves to do that. Like, some parents are too much into it that by the time the girl is a junior, they already want to quit. But there are some other young girls that are just more into it than their parents. And I think Carson is one of them. She just wants it. She wants it more and more. And even when she's struggling, I say, I'm going to take you out. And she's like, I got this. I'm good. So right there, you can tell that she wants it more than I do. And that's all I can ask for.
I don't think she wants it more than you do.
That's what I tell my girls. Like, if I want it more than you girls, then we're not going to go nowhere. You got to want it more than I do. And trust me, I want it real bad. So it has to be. And Carson shows me that. She's not afraid. I mean, even if she struggles, she just goes and keeps going. I mean, whatever, it is what it is. If I lost, I lost. If I win, I win. And that's what you need to have. You need to be tough-minded, because this game is going to put you down. You will fail more than what you succeed. So as long as you're tough-minded, you'll be successful.
All right, Coach. Well, man, we wish y'all the best of luck. Keep doing what you're doing, Coach, and good luck in the upcoming regional tournament.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for the Twitter interviews, and even though I didn't see the donkey part, I was looking for it.
I don't need to put that. I don't need to put that on another girl, Coach. Like, we did it bad enough with your assistant, so I didn't need to put it on another one.
That's what I ain't talking about. Kennedy Burson. She hit the farthest ball I ever seen in high school level. She hit that home run over the flag post, and that thing kept going up. Yeah. So what's up? Wow,
that was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. Well,
all right, Coach, take it easy, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, Jared, man, we kind of did our little run through baseball and softball. Just looking at the regional tournament in softball, would you say Lafayette is the favorite going into this?
Well, Madison Central is really good too. I mean, they're ranked up there. All year it's been Lafayette ranked number 8, and they've been ranked number 8 virtually all season. Lexington ranked number 10. They've been ranked number 10 virtually all season, but creeping up all season long, climbing the charts has been Madison Central, and they've beaten some good teams. I think they beat one of those too. It's I don't know much about it because I don't see them. Haven't seen them come up here. I try to see every Lexington team, and so it's hard for me to see every Lexington baseball team and every Lexington softball team and get some of the surrounding counties in the 11th, even in the 11th region. But Madison Central's right there. Great Crossing has got a team capable of doing it. It's just a matter if they put it all together. They've got 2 UK commits on the left side of their defense, Delaney Sullivan, and I forget the other girl's name now. But Great Crossing is a great team, and they've got the legacy of Scott County with them. And the head coach of Scott County, the coach that led Scott County to 3 state championships, is the Great Crossing coach. So Great Crossing can't be overlooked. Lafayette has been there and done that, and they have almost everyone back from that team that went to the state quarterfinals last year. So, yes, they're the favorite, but they're not invincible.
Okay. And then, like I said, we kind of talked about the state tournament as far as how our 11th region might do in that. Anything else, Jared, before we get out of here, man?
Before we go, I want to ask you a couple questions about softball. So, softball, is there not a pitch count in girls softball?
There's not a pitch count in girls softball. The arm can fall right off on the field. They'll put it back on and tape it up and they go.
So it's not as big to have as many pitches in girls softball, then, correct?
Now, the Lexington Catholic starter, Abby Hammond, has thrown all but probably a dozen innings for Lexington Catholic this year. Lafayette mixes it up. They have 3 solid pitchers, and they intersperse them. But some pitchers, like Scott County's Ada Little, Carson Rockman, and Abby Hammond, they'll throw those girls out there every single night, and they'll throw the entire game, and it's exceptional. And they're throwing hard, but that underhand, being able to throw underhand doesn't wear your shoulder out like throwing overhand does. It's a natural motion for the underhand throw. But before we go, Cutter Bowley, what do you know? Do you know?
All I know is Coach Doug been doing his thing. We were kind of like, what's going on? You already know I got my LCA getting ready. It's the year that we finally get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? Beechwood's been giving us issues, and now the quarterback's gone because he was a big part of that. Now we done went and added a D1 recruit. We missing. We lost a great class, but Eagles fly, baby.
But that's probably one of his deepest teams at LCA. And then Nevis was a senior.
I think he was a 4th-year junior, but he might have reclassified. I don't have the information on that. He reclassified as a junior, but on his Twitter, he's back at 2022. So maybe he changed his mind again. But I'm not sure.
Even if so, the kid like he moved to receiver, you got a talent like that coming in the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You got options. So it's a big.
Coach Doug mess around and line up with 2 quarterbacks back there. You never know.
That's a big pickup for LCA, man. I can say.
And now we're going to see the emergence of Chase Couch because he's getting a lot of looks. The son of Tim Couch. He's a defensive end, tight end, big dude. You're going to hear a lot about him this season.
Now, where's he at?
Edge rusher. He's LCA.
We
winning, we riding, baby.
Yeah, we winning. Thank you, Jared. Let him know we winning. We riding.
That's not me. I'm just imitating Coach.
Hey, I'm just saying. Now, real quick, football is our first love. We've come out of spring. We've got some new coaches. Be sure to check out this week's Sunday Conversation where we'll have Lafayette's Coach John Lawson will be on this Sunday for our Sunday Conversation. It was good talking to him. Man, what is Douglas still? Is anybody going to challenge Douglas this upcoming season?
Well, they still got to get over the hump. They're good enough to beat just about everybody, but then there's 1 or 2 teams there at the end that become a problem. Do I think that they'll run to at least the state semifinals again? Probably. You got to get through Scott County. Jim McKee's going to have something to say about that.
And he had a freshman quarterback last year.
The talent level at Douglas is phenomenal. And they've had a lineman, again, this is Lineman High School. They had a lineman blow up in the recruiting camps this summer, and he's got offers from everywhere, every big school.
Yeah.
So the question for them, as always, I mean, it's going to be quarterback, and I think they got a transfer from Madison Southern, who's 6'4". And then you got who's going to run the ball, and I think Cam Dunn is a capable receiver. He caught for almost as much as Dane Key did last year. He's a little smaller, but that kid's a versatile player. He's going to be a fifth year. I think he's a fifth year senior. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be a load this year, wherever they put him. So yeah, Douglas
and Ty Bryant will be back too, right?
Ty Bryant is back. He's going to be back. He might solve some of the problems in the backfield because he did rush quite a bit last year.
But
TJ got to get over the hump.
TJ Horton is a really good little running back.
We could run down all the UK recruits that they've got. It's bananas. But yes, as talent wise, they have the talent to be right back where they've been. The question is, when they get in a tight game, when somebody can punch with them, is what can they do with a team that can punch with them? And we've been. They are really good. Nothing should be taken away from them. That is an exceptional team. It's a multiple-time winning region champion. Not everybody wins region championships. Nobody ever wins district championships. Those are fine accomplishments. But we know what Douglas wants. Douglas wants a state title. And with the talent they've got, people expect them to win state titles. So
yes, we do.
This is my question.
But there's LCA has had an exceptional team the last 2 years that has been one play away in 2 consecutive years, one play each year, one play from being a state champion. But that's how fine it is. It's not a given that you can do it.
Let me ask you a question now. I got to ask is, are we going to see Scott County get back to the Scott County ways? Or is Greg Crossan really down there and kind of caused the divide with the talent there?
Scott County's not going anywhere. And you're talking about getting away from Scott County ways. They haven't ever changed the Scott County ways. Yeah. I mean, they had a school drop in on them in their class that has a lot of the talent in Lexington. That's a hard thing to deal with. It's a city school versus a county school. I mean, when you have a team that gathers a bunch of city talent to themselves for whatever reason, that's a hard thing to deal with.
For whatever reason. I don't like the way you said that, Jerry. You kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but I'm going to let that slide.
People want to go where there can be successful. You saw it with Clark County High School. People want to go where they'll be successful. Douglas was shiny and new, brand new school, excellent coaches, and and they were able to draw from 2 different districts, Bryan Station and Henry Clay, and attract those kids. There was nothing improper about that. That's what they had to do to build the team. And so now they're this big deal, and people want to play for Douglas. There's no shame in that. I have nothing against that. I mean, I would want my kids to go somewhere where they're going to succeed. Not everybody wants to just go and play for the fun of it. Some people want to go and win.
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But Scott County, from Boyle County that a disciplined athletic team that has a program that they instill from middle school can win state titles. They can do it in 4A. He's done it in 6A. He can do it in 5A. It's just a matter of the right combination of kids and the right amount of breaks to get it done. They've run into a team that has so many D1 athletes that kind of becomes a head thing for their players, I think. But they're not going anywhere. They could have beaten Douglas a couple of times. It comes down to a couple of plays. Scott County has got to control the ball, and they've got to hit that big that big pass play that they hit on everybody that's out of nowhere. They haven't been able to really do that consistently against Douglas because Douglas is so talented in secondary, and Douglas is just geared to win that game. They're geared to stop the run, and they watch out for that surprise play because they've got one of the best secondaries in the state. They just
Jared
do.
Peck, I'm going to say this right now. What is this? May what?
The 26th.
25th, 26th. Jared Peck. What about my defenders? Is this gonna be the year we go to the big farm and shock the world?
No.
They look, that game was closer last year than it appeared. That was a game in the second half. I mean, it's just one bad break or whatever, and it was sophomore quarterback basically who had never played quarterback before since 8th grade or middle school. He hadn't played real quarterback. He certainly had to play against a team that has 3 or 4 D1 commit recruits in the secondary. So they stood toe to toe with Douglas for 2 quarters and basically had a couple of bad breaks go their way, and it kind of snowballed. So do I think that Bryan Station can stand toe to toe with Douglas talent for talent? It's going to be close. It's not impossible. It's not like Douglas is this juggernaut that can't be overcome. If you instill enough belief in your kids and you make a few good plays, Douglas can be overcome. Anybody can be overcome. So Bryan Station has as much talent right now. They blew up. There's a Rivals article right now about them having 2024 players who are blowing up the recruiting chart.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Hawkins called me last week saying, "Hey, have you seen this?" He's got some dudes, and you got to have some dudes.
Most definitely. Well said, Jared. Coach Butte, got anything else for our man? Make sure you check out Jared Peck on Twitter, Instagram, and everything. HL Preps. Like I say, if you want Lexington Prep, the state preps, Jared is your man. He does it all. Great coverage, man. We appreciate everything you do for the preps here in Lexington and the surrounding state, man. Love your knowledge, and when you come on, the chemistry and everything's great. Keep doing what you're doing, Jared. And the hat, baby. Kango hat. You got to flip it around so Coach Butte can see Kango.
LL Cool Jared. That's his name.
I don't know if I'm cool enough to wear it backwards.
Man, I'm tell you what, Jared, we appreciate you, man. Like Coach Truck said, if it's a kid from here to Stinking Creek, Kentucky, Jared knows who he is, what his measurables are. He's our Mel Kiper. He's going to find him. That's for sure. He know a third grade girl somewhere in South Boston, Kentucky, to play third base. He knows about her already. He's on top of it.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach Butte, man, you going to close us out. Another great show. Thank you, Jared.
Yes, sir. As always, there should be a living donor. I'm Coach Butte. My man, Coach TB on assignment. Jared Peck, the professor. And Coach Truck, anything else?
Peace.
Thanks, Jared.